Spring has sprung, and that means spring cleaning is right around the corner. So before it gets here, let's take a quick minute to talk about responsible decluttering so we can make a plan. What's up, beautiful people? Welcome back to Krystal TV, where today we are talking about responsible decluttering. I believe that everyone deserves a safe and comfortable place to live. But we are living through both a housing crisis and an economic crisis. And it's time to talk about how we can all really do our part for the sustainability of our planet. For a long time, years, the whole time my kids were growing up, we regularly cleaned and decluttered our home in order to keep things moving. Out with the old so there was room for the new. Kids grow. You have to get rid of clothes they've outgrown to make room for new clothes that you need to buy. I mean, that's pure common sense. And I would feel good about taking all of these things to Goodwill or to the Salvation Army in order to help people that were less fortunate than me and my children. But as I've gotten older and learned more about the practices of some of these places like Goodwill and the Salvation Army, that I've had to look more into my part and my role that allows those seemingly beneficial companies to thrive while simultaneously oppressing others. Like Goodwill, for example. Goodwill, you take things there and donate them. All of their merchandise they acquire for free, and then they resell it to make money to help the needy, correct? No, that's what we've been led to believe. But the fact is, their executives are making hundreds of thousands of dollars a year. The average executive compensation package at Goodwill is $238,583. That is $114 an hour. The highest paid executive at Goodwill makes $652,000 a year salary. On the other hand, their employees, a very large percentage of whom are disabled, are working for less than minimum wage. Goodwill relies on a 100-year-old law that says disabled people are less than and therefore can deserve to be paid less than for the people that they're supposed to be helping. The money doesn't go to help the people they claim to help, it goes to line the pockets of their executives. Not to mention everything they can't sell, they ship to third world countries, which has been widely documented as harming industry in those countries by importing cheap goods and destroying local industry. And everything they can't sell goes into a landfill. And as if that wasn't bad enough, Salvation Army is even worse. The Salvation Army's average executive pay package is a little under $200,000, $199,382, with the highest being paid $340,593 a year. But what they don't talk about, or what they try to keep hush-hush, is the fact that the Salvation Army is a religious cult. Yeah, they were founded by a minister in the 1900s whose sole focus was on preaching and on using people's poverty to force them to conform to Christian values. They are an aggressively anti-gay church with a primary goal of oppression. They regularly lobby politicians to try to influence public policy on gay rights. And I can go on and on, but ultimately you could just read the 12 reasons to reject the Salvation Army, which is an incredibly lengthy document. I will share a link in the description below if you want to check that out. But that's not the focus of this video. This video is about how we can responsibly declutter. And if we take those two corporate giants out of the picture, we could actually start to do something about this economic crisis and helping people that are less fortunate. So, where are some better places to donate? Well, if you have clothes that you need to donate, there's a number of places that you can donate to. First and foremost, I am not against making money on the goods that you own. Although I think if anyone's going to make money on it, it should be you and not some corporate executive at a thrift store lining their pockets to oppress people further. So by all means, have a garage sale, sell it on Poshmark. But if you don't want to go through that, you can also donate. And if you have good business attire, specifically women's business attire, you can donate to Dress for Success. Dress for Success is a global nonprofit that empowers women to achieve economic independence by providing support, developmental tools, and professional attire to help women thrive in work and in life. And they take donations. I'm going to leave links to all of these places below in the description, but you can check on their website and get all of the details for any of them how to make your donations. This video is more about just giving you directions as to where. Next is One Warm Coat. They're also a nonprofit, and they provide free coats to kids and adults that are in need, while also promoting volunteerism and environmental sustainability. For some bigger things like furniture or building materials, household goods, appliances, and even electronics, you can donate them at Habitat for Humanity. Habitat for Humanity is also one of the few places I have found that does still offer free pickup for large items. Other places for electronics are Call to Recycle and Earth 911. Earth 911 takes a wide variety of items. You can select, and then a drop-down menu here will appear, let you choose more specifically what you want to donate, and then you just put in your zip and a whole list will pop up. There's also World Computer Exchange. It takes laptops for a cause. And in fact, most of the big name stores, Apple, Best Buy, Office Depot, they all tend to have a recycling program as well, where you can bring in your old electronics and get some type of a credit with them. When it comes to kids' toys, Toys for Tots will take new, but they will also take gently used toys. And books, of course, you can donate them to your local library, which, let's face it, our libraries need as much help as they can get, given all the crazies out there trying to ban everything under the sun. And I think if we just banned the Bible, we'd all be much better off. You can also take them to secondhand bookstores. And if you have textbooks, you can donate them to sellbackyourbook.com. If you put in a little bit of effort, pretty much everything, even sex toys, have an option to donate at places like Scarlet Girl or Squeaky Clean Toys. Almost anything you have, there's some place that will take it to help people, that truly help people less fortunate and that cannot afford to buy firsthand, rather than give it to these corporate cockroaches that really just want to use people, use the least fortunate people for their own gain. Share in the comments, what is your favorite place to donate to? And especially if you have one that we didn't cover in this video. While you're down there, be sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a single video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.